Ken Lum is our guest. He's an artist of international renown, and of course known in Canada and other places and all of that. People who don't know your work will recognize the cross, the monument for East Vancouver at Clark and East 6, isn't it? It's right in there.
That's right, or Great Northern Way.
Great Northern Way, exactly. Tell me about it.
Well, it's an idea I've had in my head for many, many years. I always thought there should be some sort of marker enlarged of the East Van symbol. It was actually a kind of a clandestine symbol that has been sitting around, East Vancouver, circulating around East Vancouver for decades. Mm-hmm. Right, and what I liked about it was that it was never formalized. It was never formalized physically or beyond graffiti. Right. And so it had this kind of fascinating netherworld life that has somehow lasted through the decades.
And it's what kind of city we see on both sides, really, isn't it? Little bit.
Yeah, there's a bit of Dickens in there, absolutely.
I'm thinking. Dennis Oppenheim's device to root out evil, that this city didn't want to keep the upside-down church, evokes some of that too, but it caused a stir. What response have you had to the cross?
The cross has been initially a little bit of contention, although largely positive, but over time, now it's been over a year since it's been installed, now I think it's pretty well unanimous. Everyone seems to love it.
Yes. And where do you do this? Where do you put it together? Where's the Ken Lum studio, and how do you begin it?
Well, I don't have a space that large to make that be.
A warehouse.
Well, no, this was started just by hand drawing and then redesigning the cross, because the cross didn't quite look that way, such as the rounded edges, deciding on a proper font, and all these sorts of decisions which seem, not so obvious perhaps.
Yeah.
Right? And so on. And then contracting out to a sign maker and to build the sign.
But when it was installed, I'm sure you were there, like looking, watching, tweaking, or not.
Right. That's right. Yeah, you have to oversee every stage of production.
Sure, because it is your piece.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Phew, I'm tired. 1994 you did this one. It's a print. It's aluminum enamel? It's
aluminum with the chromogenic print, which is a fancy word for C-print, for color print. And the C-print is mounted kind of collage style onto a very large enameled aluminum base.
And that's in the permanent collection of the Vancouver Art Gallery?
Yeah.
Phew, I'm tired. Oh man, oh man.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
What inspired it? Who inspired it?
Well, I guess partly, what I do is I like to walk around the city and just look at people. It's a kind of favorite pastime. I'm a bit of a voyeur. I'm kind of fascinated by people, particularly people who are less favored and so on, so to speak. And I think they're more interesting anyways, right?
Yes.
And I was just interested in, and I always find myself asking questions. Who is that person? I could be sitting on a bus and say, who is that? Why did that person look that way? Or, gee, that person looks tired, and so on. And so that's how works such as this work, Few, came to be.
I understand that. It's the characters, it's the working man, it's the working woman, it's the down and out, the coming up a little bit, finding some hope.
That's right.
And it's despair, it's all of that. This, The Beggar's Garden, Michael Christie's book, reflects much that happens on the downtown east side. I think you'll like it.
Right, I'm reading that tonight.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, good then. Red Circle, now that one is fascinating. It's like a conversation circle, really, but you can't get in.
That's right.
Well, you could. I guess you could leap over the back.
I guess I would say that the conversation circle has been put in brackets, you might say, or parentheses, and so that the conversation space actually exists outside the conversation space now.
Sure, it's the stand-up conversation.
Yeah, that's right.
Or sit on the back conversation facing out, or something like that. What is it about to you?
To me, it's about rules in terms of how the social space is organized, and this kind of irony in terms of these rules. This work here, it refers in a way to a lot of avant-garde sculpture in the 1960s, which was always about a kind of abstraction of form, but I can't quite explain it
Sure.
because it was relating to a movement called minimal art, and minimal art was about this idea that we have to excise all surfaces of references to the society, right, in order to reduce art to its essential, or sculpture to its
Sure.
essential components.
Sure.
But there was a kind of affinity in terms of minimal art to something which was not explicitly expressed, and that affinity was to the idea of private space or domestic space. And so the red circle is a furniture work, which is really an implement of domestic space, and
Yes.
so I was trying to express that linkage.
We'll see who gets the last laugh. You did that in 2002.
Right. Those works were these kind of twin mirror works, and it refers to these moments when for example, if I went to wake up, I go to the vanity in the bathroom in the morning, and I look at myself, and I might have a very fraught thought, right? I think those thoughts aren't just one thought. I think those thoughts are actually broken up into many almost atomic thoughts. So we'll see who has the last laugh, being one mirror on the left side, and the other one is, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see, or whatever, something
Okay.
like this. And so it's this idea that you have a kind of a moment of indecision and kind of tautness in terms of your thinking, but that thought is actually can be broken up into.
Sure, fragmented.
That's right.
Yeah, and thoughts are real forces, as you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And we all have those thoughts, well, certainly in the morning. You go, well, what happened in the night?
Right.
Not looking your best, dear.
I have that every morning. So.
Yes, not looking your best, or I'm adorable.
Right.
Right?
That's
Not
right.
so bad.
Yeah, I have that as a piece as well. You're looking good. Oh, baby, you're looking good. That's another
Oh,
twin
you
mirror.
do?
I do, yes. It's just not in the show.
Oh, how fabulous. Because you have pieces in your private collection, I'm sure. Nice to meet you.
My pleasure.
Lovely. And you will, Vancouver Art Gallery, are you part of the We exhibition at the Art Gallery?
No, I'm a separate exhibition.
Or a separate
yes.
exhibition altogether?
Yes, separate.
Okay, second floor?
Yes.
Great. Thank you. Ken Lum, artist of international esteem and renown.